Hi, you're welcome to my math friend, your favorite channel. You're going to solve a question, WASSCE 2020, question 12c, commas. Given that x is equal to half into bracket 1 minus root 2, evaluate 2x squared minus 2x. What does it mean to evaluate? It means find the value of something, where at the end of the day, your answer is a whole number, which doesn't involve any variables. That's in simple terms. Okay, so it means that you have to do away with the x values inside the expression. That's why they've given us the value of x being equal to this. So what do? We substitute, okay, x is equal to half into bracket 1 minus root 2, okay, into this expression, 2x squared minus 2x. Good. So what does it become? Where you see x, you put half into bracket 1 minus root 2. So this is 2 times x value is what? Is half into bracket 1 minus root 2 all squared because of the square here. Okay. Then minus, let's come to this. 2x is 2 times x is what? Half into bracket 1 minus root 2. Remember, there is no square over there, so you don't put a square. Good. What is the next step from here? Now, the next step is to see, you have to realize that the square affects everything in the bracket. Okay, so let's see how it's done. So this becomes, the 2 is still outside. Let's first deal with the exponent. So the half affects the 1, also affects the 2. So 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, so 1 out of 4. Okay, times, this is 1 minus root 2 squared. So we expand it. 1 minus root 2 times another 1 minus root 2. Good, like this. For the first one, minus the second one, which is what? Now here, what happens? This 2 cancels this 2. Good. You see that? This 2 cancels this 2. What is left? You have 1 left here. Okay. So this becomes 1 times 1 is what? It's 1 minus what? Minus root 2. No, the minus is outside. Okay, so 1 minus root 2. And there's a minus already out here. So let's bring the brackets. Very good. Just like this. You see that? Now what happens over here too? You see the 2 outside can multiply the 4 here. 2 goes here, 1 into 4, 2 times. So what do we have at this stage? We have half left, okay? So we're going to have half, okay, times what? The 1 minus root 2 over here times another 1 minus root 2. Good. From the first bracket, you see that? Good. Half times this. Then minus this. Let's multiply the minus 1 times 1 is what? Minus 1. Minus 1 here times minus 1 times another minus root 2 is what? Positive. So positive root 2. Good. You see that? Very well. Now, what is the next step from here? What's the next step? So from here, we are going to expand these two brackets before the half affects it. So we maintain the half. 1 times 1 is what? Is 1. Okay. So half times 1. 1 times negative root 2 is what? Negative root 2. Close the bracket. Negative root 2 times 1 is what? Is negative root 2. And the same negative root 2 times negative root 2 is positive 2 from the rules of multiplication of sets. Root 2 times root 2, since the same number, is just 2. So positive 2. Good. Now what do we do from this stage? And we continue. There is minus 1 here plus root 2. Very well, good. What happens here? Close the bracket over here. What do you do at this stage? Remember, there's a half over here. So we're going to simplify what is in the bracket from the stage. Good. And how do we do that? How do we simplify that? Now you see that what is inside the bracket is more. So let's simplify what's in the bracket before it affects the half. So we're going to have half. So write this half outside times. We can group like terms over here, okay? And the whole number separately, and then the set separately. 1 plus 2 is what? 3. And minus root 2 plus minus root 2 is what? It's minus 2. Same 2, 2, 2, so 2 root 2. So you can subtract what is outside. Minus 1 plus minus 1 is minus 2. So you have minus 2 root 2. Good, like this. Then you still write your minus 1 plus root 2. Very well. You see that? Good. Now, what is the next step from here? What is the next step from here? The next step, remember, there's a half outside. The half multiplies everything in the bracket. You see that? Good. So let's deal with the bracket first. That's what we are still doing. So this becomes half times 3 is what? The 3 multiplies the numerator. 3, 1 is 3 out of 2. 3 over 2. Then you have half times minus 2 root 2. You remember the 2 can cancel what? The 2 over here. So that we have those 2 canceling this. What do you have left? You have 1 left here. So 1 times negative 1 is what? It's negative 1 root 2. And because it's 1, we don't write the 1 outside. So just write negative root 2. Good. Again, I said there's 1 left here. So 1 times negative 1 root 2 is what? It's negative 1 root 2. Then you write this one in addition, which is already there. Minus 1 plus root 2. Good. You see that? Very simple. Now, what do we do from this stage? We'll be able to take out the exponents and then the brackets. So now that there are no brackets, we can group like terms, okay? You can see that they are whole numbers and they are sets, okay? So what are the like terms? 3 out of 2, and then minus 1, and then also minus root 2 over here, okay, and plus root 2. Good, you see that? Very well. What happens over here? Now take note over here. You see that? Root 2, okay? So they are like sets. So we can add or subtract what the numbers beside them. So you have minus 1 plus 1 is what? 0. So this can cancel this. You see that because minus 1 plus 1 is 0. They go away. Leaving what? 3 out of 2 minus 1. And what is 3 out of 2 minus 1? Okay. Now from here, there's so many ways of solving it. This is just like writing. I can write the minus 1, the whole number first, the integer first, negative 1 first, plus what? 3 out of 2. I can write this as a mixed fraction, okay, or as a proper fraction. 2 times negative 1 is what? It's negative 2. Okay, negative 2 plus 3 is what? It's 1 out of 2. If you don't want to do that, it might confuse you. You can just go by the normal way, okay, where you find the LCM. Make this a fraction, make this over 1. So the LCM of 1 and 2 is 2. All right, 2 goes into 2. 1 goes into 2, 2. Then 2 times negative 1 is what? It's negative 2. Plus 2 goes into 2, 1. Okay. 1 times 3 is what? Is 3. So what do we have over here? Minus 2 plus 3 is what? Is 1. Minus 2 plus 3 is just like saying 3, interchanging their positions. 3 minus 2 is 1. So we have 1 out of 2. That is half. So ladies and gentlemen, this is our answer. Good. Simple. You see that? So subscribe to my channel if you've not. see me for the next set of videos.